So in this lesson, we're going to work on creating some different types of blues, but we're going to use phthalo green as well. So I've already laid out my chart, and don't forget you can use this to do the same thing. So we're going to take phthalo blue and phthalo green, add more blue, add more green, add the complement, add black, add white. So this is a convenient chart for you to use. I'm going to do it a little bit differently here. So I'm going to take our phthalo blue, and I'll take the same thing, put it here. I need a lot of this mixture. And then we're going to take phthalo green. We'll put it in here. So I'm thinking, you know, roughly equal parts. Two super powerful pigments. I'm talking super powerful. Okay, very hard to see. What do? We're going to add some white just so you can see the true underlying color. Okay, this one is obviously more on the blue side. So phthalo blue is a little bit stronger. Let me add a little bit more green to that. There we go. Okay, I love that. So what I'm going to do to this mixture now, right on here, oops, I have my white mixed in there. So just add a bit more blue, add a bit more blue. So we're creating our scale here. So we're taking the mix and just kind of going across. And of course, you can see the true underlying color. Add more white. Okay, and we'll just do the same thing here. All right, let's brush. And now to this mixture, I'm going to take more green. So we have more green, even more green. My paint's drying out a little bit. Even more green. And eventually if you keep going across, it'll eventually be green. I can't see what these are. They all look the same. You gotta add white. And even though I'm doing it on the dirty brush, it doesn't matter because the base color is the same. But you can see that it's more blue here, then it gets greener and greener and greener because as we're adding the phthalo green, I just skimmed the canvas there. Okay. So to this mixture that we have here, which is the phthalo blue that's more on, it's going to be the base mixture. We're going to use the one with more of the on the blue side here. And to that, I'm going to add a little bit of Napthol red. I can't see what that is. Let's add white. Ooh, that's a really pretty grayed down color. Like that. You know what? Let's make a little bit more of that. So it's this one here. A little bit of red. There we go. And then to that, I can take a little bit more red. And the paint, I'm having a hard time getting the paint because the canvas paper is very textured. So if you're working with canvas paper as well, you may want to apply a coat of gesso to it to smooth it out. This is nice. Canvas paper is nice to work with when you're working with oils. A bit more red. More white. Again, these are good for stormy waters where the light hits, you can come into here. Now let's repeat the same exercise now with the mixture that's more on the green side. I'm going to steal some of this. And then we're adding, let's see, still adding more red. It's going to be more noticeable now with the green. It's going to get dark. It's going to get much darker. Red and green are directly opposite each other on the color wheel. Let me just make up some more paint here. Let's add white. There we go. Look at those colors. Let's add a bit more red to that, so you can really see the effect. Graze it down. All these colors, if you do a lookup, whether you do it on Pinterest or Google, Seascapes, all these colors are in Seascapes. Now, let's take the same mixture now, and we'll just add some black to it. Let me just add a little bit of water. And we'll just add some white. Add a bit more white. So really I'm combining these two steps together. You don't really need to, the chart, although the chart says to add white to lighten the value, you won't be able to see what this is without adding the white. So this is a darker mixture. There we go. Now we'll do the same thing with the other side. Oh, whoops. Silly girl. It's with the green and blue. So I need to make sure that it's more green. I hope I didn't pick up yellow at any point. And then let's see, we had already added the red to that. Now an experiment with this would be also to take this mixture and just add black to it. Because this mixture now has the green and the red, and we added the black. Which I think is what I'm going to do now. So let's just adding a bit more black to that. Because I've got the space on the bottom of the chart now for this. Look at that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, there's a little bit more green on that side. So now let's take the phthalo blue and phthalo green and then I'm going to add just the black to that. So there's no red whatsoever. Much more intense, because when you're adding, she took the green and when you added the red, you're dulling it down, then you're adding black, which further dulls it down. By just adding the black, it's still a bit grayed down, but it's a little bit more intense. See the differences? So we repeat the same thing here now, taking the phthalo blue and the phthalo green that's more on the blue side with black. So it's much more blue. Let's even make it stronger on the blue. Add more black. Have to make sure we still have some green in there. And then the white. Eventually all this stuff becomes very repetitive once you know what the colors will do for you. And I will tell you right now, it takes time to commit them to memory. There's still some times where I'm going, okay, what happens when I get this? There's still some times when I get kind of stuck. So don't feel bad if you don't remember. That's why it's important to have the color charts and to know the color index numbers and the properties of color, so you know exactly what they're going to do. If I were to turn around and do this chart using phthalo green that's on the yellow side, it's going to give me completely different colors. If I were to do this color chart using ultramarine blue and phthalo green, it's going to give me completely different colors. Okay, so that's why it's good. Yeah, you can watch the lesson and all that stuff, but it's really important for you to do the exercise. That way you can see the true colors using the paints that you have in your studio.